Hello again. This is Artie Astor from You Tell Me, installment number 5. And this is a little bit different. I'm taking kind of a different approach to this episode here. One of my favorite songwriters, Mark Knopfler, I can go into length about the things he says in interviews. There are so many interviews with Mark Knopfler out there, it's not even funny. And he actually does say a lot of things. He has an incredibly insightful musical mind. And he doesn't just have a musical mind, he's got a very interesting mind, period. He loves people. He loves to people watch. He loves to look at things that happen in life and then say, I'm turning this into a song. He has taken emails that friends have written him and things that they say in their signature at the bottom of the email and put words together and sentences together to make lyrics for a song out of that. Money for nothing, he was hiding behind microwaves, listening to a couple people in a department store talking about what was going on at MTV because the TVs in the back were all playing MTV. And there was a guy making comments about that. He wrote a song about the founder of McDonald's, or the Kroc, essentially, the man who made McDonald's as big as it is, essentially the man who franchised McDonald's or helped getting it franchised. He wrote a song about that. He wrote a song about the Mason-Dixon line. He observes life and writes music about it, and I think that concept is really nice. But he has a really interesting view towards his songs once they are written and released, and I never, in my 49 years of life, thought of it like this. Take a listen.
They're like people, and you have to do the best thing by them, and you do the best thing by them almost like a little person. Then they grow up and you do the best thing, they're the boss, and then they walk away from you. When they're recorded, off they go and they have their life.
Just that clip has made me respect Mark Knopfler's view towards music even more, because it actually says a lot about who he is as a person. He literally looks at a song as a living, breathing thing, like it's a child, like it's a life. But that's almost how he looks at the world. He has such a keen interest in other people and in what's going on in the world that he kind of allows that to go into his view towards music, his interest in songs after they are written. A song is like a baby. You nurture it, you do the best thing for it that you can, and as it grows up and begins to live its own life, it's kind of out of your hands. And that sparked in me an interesting question that I kind of wanted to run by all of y'all. Before we ask the question, I have to preface it by saying this. What he said about the song growing up and taking on a life of its own, it's true for everybody. It's true for every songwriter. It's true for big-time musicians, small-time musicians. It's especially true, though, for songwriters, for people who write the songs and don't perform them, but maybe they write the song and sell the rights, or they write the song and then work on having the song released with the band, or maybe you're a producer or an engineer and you've come up with a song and you've worked on it in the studio and then the band takes it. Or maybe someone like Barbra Streisand takes it or something. Whatever the case is, the songwriters usually feel that the most because they're putting everything into it. But then it's almost like giving birth to a baby and leaving it up for adoption. The song goes out and someone else nurtures it, right? Someone else raises it. And then as the song becomes grown up, so to speak, and goes out into the great unknown on its own, you are kind of forgotten. It never looks back at you and says, that's my daddy, that's my mommy. So here is what I want you to tell me. Do you think songwriters get the deserved credit, get the deserved attention that they should get after writing a song? Do you think they get enough of the credit? Or do you think most of the credit should go to the person who gives the song life? It's a fair question. It's a really, really fair question. Who should get most of the credit when a song is released and it has success? Should it be the person who wrote the song, or should it be the person who raised the song and gave it life and gave it that push so it can go out into the real world? Who deserves the credit? You tell me. And I mention this because I have a song that I wrote and I worked on with a singer who was in season 11 of The Voice. I worked on this song with Joe Bonamassa's keyboard player, and I don't know who did the guitar on the song because Arlen, the keyboard player for Joe Bonamassa that I worked with, never told me who the guitar player was. So I have no idea who is the guitar player on my song. But I wrote the song and then I kind of put it out there for other people to work on. And then when the song came back, it was like getting a child back as an adult. And it kind of didn't feel like mine anymore. Here's the song.
I'm afraid of this life I'm living. Don't understand this fight I was given. Every effort I squeeze out of me is a drop in a vast and empty sea. And the light at the end of the tunnel is too high to withstand, and the forest through the tree is ash. And one day taken at a time is worse than the last. I grab my guitar and I sing the blues.
Wow, I am so sorry I entered some other dimension right there. That's my first time listening to that song in a very long time, and I forgot how amazingly beautiful Hallie Tomlinson's voice is, and how amazingly beautiful Arlen Shirebaum's keyboard playing is, and his engineering and producing as well. He ended up producing the song and sending me the final cut. And it's interesting because when I wrote that song, I was living in Brazil and I had been going through some personal things. And then I got someone to work on the vocals, Hallie, and I got Arlen to work on the keyboard and the production. Some unknown person did the guitar, and there is a guitar solo at the end of the song. And my friend from Iowa, Jason Arnett, ended up doing the video for the song. Anyways, let me go back to my original question, which was, do you think a songwriter gets enough credit when a song is released and makes it big? Or do you think it still should be the person who gives that song life? Right? The song Woman in Love by Barbra Streisand was a huge hit, but it was written by the Bee Gees, right? Lady by, who was it? Kenny Rogers, right? Lady. Lionel Richie, right? I think it was. I think Lady was written by Lionel Richie. I'll Play the Blues for You, right? Was not written by Albert King, but made famous by Albert King. So, yeah, you tell me. Where do you think songwriters should be when it comes to the music world. Don't forget, many ghostwriters, many songwriters aren't necessarily performers. They don't give the song life. Many of the songs from The Doors were written by Robbie Krieger, the guitar player. But without Jim Morrison, and in my opinion, without Raymond Zarek, they wouldn't have had that breath of life that resonates with people. What are your thoughts? You tell me.
Saying it's a bad situation.